Mic check. Let me know. Mic check. Getting started soon. Which background should we use? Nah, too bright. It's Friday. Let's stick with that one. There we go. Good morning, Market Snipers. Getting started a little bit early. We did the live streams pretty much every day that the stock market was open from September 2023 to September 2024. And I gave my word that I would do my best to be open go live every day that the market is open. I wasn't 100%, but whether I was traveling or sick here or there or whatever the case may be, but we did pretty close. And then since then kind of dialed it back and thought I would at least do one live stream per week. And if things are developing, if nothing's happening in the market, there's not really too much to talk about, in my opinion, even though I look at the charts all day, every day. But definitely like to jump on when there's something, when things are developing and things are happening, and you're seeing a lot of the opposite of what people are or at least in my timeline on X. I don't even know if they call it a timeline. In my Twitter feed, right? You see a lot of other people calling for whether it's all-time highs or whatever, right? So here we are. If you're new to the channel, awesome, welcome. And if you're returning, even better, good to see you back. What's the question? Oh, crash or pullback? NASDAQ, Apple, NVDA, MicroStrategy, right? A lot of narratives out there. So perma bulls, there's a lot of narratives up only. And the perma bears who miss moves to the upside, there are a lot of narratives as well, right? Eventually they'll both be right. But what if it's 2 years later? Does it matter if they finally call? If you're a perma bear, for example, and let's get this rant going. I don't know why I get on these rants, but here we go. Lock into the rant. Let's go. If you're a perma bear and you're calling a crash or everything's going to nothing for 2 years straight, and then finally a correction turns into a crash, did you miss the whole upside, right? I remember when we were talking about buying Bitcoin, this is the NASDAQ chart, obviously, but I remember buying Bitcoin with 5x leverage at 16,800, and the perma bears were calling for 3,000, 0, blah, 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 right? And they did that all the way to $108,000, right? We threw up caution signs, but then we also talked about the breakouts to the upside, right? Caution again, and then now we're talking about the bearish signals getting louder and louder. But if we were bearish for 2 years, we would have missed the entire upside, right? Same thing goes for the perma bulls, right? 2020, 2021, up only, all the way through 2022. So that's why I'm a swing trader, right? So with that, let's get going. Let's get rock and rolling. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, right? We only got the nanny half day today, so we'll be spending a lot of time with the baby the rest of the day. Saturday, Sunday, of course, the football playoffs are here. Vikings play on Monday. The game got moved to Arizona due to the fires in LA. So crazy times, crazy times. I don't watch a lot of news, but on major things, I'll take a look at it. And wow, just wow. Just seems like a lot of it could have been prevented. And this isn't a political channel. It's not a football channel. I'm not going to get into all of that stuff because I'm not an expert. Well, fantasy football, I would consider myself an expert. Many championships won, and I'm the commissioner of 18 years in my family friend league. But as far as like the news and stuff like that, politics, I don't get into all that. The only thing I would say about that is follow the money. But it seems like it could have been prevented, or at least the amount of destruction could have been prevented, and that's sad, right? Things happen. Mother Nature happens, and there's things out of our control. But there are things that we could put into place and be prepared for such Mother Nature events that we can minimize the amount of devastation there is. And that's the sad part, right? That is the sad part, because there are things out of our control. We could have a major earthquake in Orange County. We could have fires in Orange County like we've seen. We're seeing fires in LA. When we had a cabin in Big Bear, that's like a matchbox up there. And there's only 3 ways down the mountain. At least there's 3 ways down the mountain, but never really concerned about Orange County being in town. But with 100-mile-per-hour winds, I guess anything's possible. But Big Bear, California, for sure. There's some, it's like I said, it's a matchbox up there, and you could be with all the trees and so it's pretty dry up there. It could be a problem, right? It could be a problem. So, but how are you prepared? Not only yourself, but also like, how does the local government prepare, right? Could be, you're gonna have devastation, but it could be less devastation if prepared correctly. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. So brutal. Watched some of the footage last night, and I'm like, wow, just wow. Woo! Thomas, aka Doc, good evening from Germany. Good evening. Doc, when are you going to put a photo on your X account? When are you going to put a photo on your profile? Come on, it doesn't take too long. Put a profile on, so I can remember you even better, Doc. David Fletcher, good morning. Thoughts on SUI? Do you think it's just delayed for the pullback? Yeah, we can look at it. Not all crypto is the same. Trade each chart individually, but we could definitely take a look at it for you. If I forget, remind me. But we're gonna try to keep this shorter. Not gonna go over an hour today on a Friday, but we do have a lot to cover. So with all that, that's kind of a long introduction of not much. So here we go. Vikings play on Monday. Here we go. NASDAQ, crash or pullback? Crash or pullback? Down 1.89%. I'm pointing out that there's a pending MACD crossing the 0 line. That is another bearish milestone, right? Another bearish milestone. So you can see there's the MACD bearish crossover. Looks like it got close to crossing back over bullish there as a fake out, and then continued lower while the histogram was decreasing, right? Decreasing in negative. And you had the RSI sell signal way back here. And now you have the MACD crossing the 0 line, which is a bearish milestone. As you can see over here, you got the MACD crossing the 0 line back in July, and price went down down the wick, another 10%. That's pretty big on, but this time the MACD didn't get as high bullishness. And so will the MACD go lower this time? And maybe it could be a bigger correction than 10%, and that would be considered more of a crash, right? So if we looked at just from the zero line another 10%, right? That means the fourth target wouldn't be holding, and it's possible it goes lower than that from here, right? Which would be, overall from that wick down to the fourth target, 14%, but down here it'd be more like 20%. And there's, according to Investopedia, some investors consider uh, 6 months of price not making a new all-time high kind of a bear market, and a 20% correction in stocks or indices would be considered a bear market. So if target 2, 3, or 4 does not hold, obviously target 1 is not holding, and price doesn't find support, then you could probably start considering it to be a bear market, right? And if that's the case, if it is going to become a bear market according to those definitions, maybe you have a different definition, and that depends on you. Some people don't even consider it a bear market until below the 200-week moving average. But there's no way, as a swing trader, I would wait for the market to correct 30% to consider it a bear market. That seems absurd. Some people are the 200-day moving average, right? Or the 100-day, whatever your definition is. But I'm just letting you know that some investors consider it a bear market if it's a more than 6 months, or I think you could look it up at investopedia.com, or 20% for the stock market. Crypto's different. Crypto's a different animal. So that's the NASDAQ. The last sell signal was on Tuesday. We were live then. High, lower high, lower high. Today would confirm that lower high with a lower low. We got this rising wedge. Kind of draw this out. My thoughts on patterns or patterns hitting their targets. But if we were to kind of draw it out over here, right, that would kind of bring you back down to target 3 or lower, right? So there's a confluence there on the rising wedge that we could possibly see price back below target 3. So keep that in mind. Keep the rising wedge target in mind, and we'll continue to move on. Like I said, we're going to try to keep this a little bit shorter today. SP 500, similar thoughts, right? Looks almost identical to the NASDAQ. So if you were to draw it out, I know some people will say, oh, that's not how you draw it out. You draw it out based off of the candle closes. Like I said, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just doing this just as a visual, shorter term. I wouldn't be ever taking a short like I did on the NASDAQ, or taking profits or anything like that for a reversal based off of a pattern alone. If it lines up with my own trading strategy, okay, great. That's like another check mark on the checklist, right? Another box checked off. But it's not enough for me to trade on its own. Patterns, right? Patterns, fractals, Wyckoff, right? What else? Whatever. And whatever else. I think they work great as ideas, but I wouldn't trade it just by itself. SP 500 price is breaking down from target 1. The probabilities are increasing that price could go down and hit target 2. Let's keep going. Dow Jones breaking down. I didn't draw out the targets on the Dow Jones, but this is the uptrend. This was price going more parabolic uptrend, right? Price broke down from it, then had a sell signal. Price broke down from the uptrend and continues to go down on the Dow Jones, right? Currently down almost 7%, right? So basically gains have been given back since September 2024. So you got or September 17th, 2024, right? You can go all the way back to then. So you're looking at October, November, December, January, right? nearly 4 months of gains have already been given back on the Dow Jones. Quietly, right? Quietly. I don't see too many people on my Twitter X account feed talking about it. Maybe there is. Seems more bullish and bearish. And here we are, the Russell 2000, very similar. The uptrend has been broken. The more parabolic uptrend was broken right around the sell signal. So if you're in a long position, when would have been a good time to get out of your position, right? And taking profits either there, there's probably bearish divergence. There was reversal candles. Price was getting overbought, looking very top heavy over here, etc., etc., etc. Glad to finally join the Market Cyber Discord. Awesome. Awesome. I think I got everyone covered on the indicators. I had to email someone who didn't fill out the short form that gives you access to the indicators in the Discord. And then I emailed somebody, and I emailed somebody who accidentally paid twice. So I'm assuming that they did that by accident. And so I asked them, sometimes people buy two accounts, maybe one for them and one for somebody else, but I think that's very, very rare. So I'm assuming I'm going to be canceling and refunding that second order. So I emailed them and I can give a full refund. So whether it's today, tomorrow, the next day, I'm not too concerned about it. Otherwise, if I didn't have that capability, I would just refund it and they could always order a second one if that's truly what they want. Not seeing the recorded coaching videos. Hoping we can talk about exciting things. Yeah. So did you fill out the short form on the checkout page? If you fill out the short form, it tells me your trading view name and your Discord name. Without that, I don't know, right? If you have a trading view name and you have a Discord name on the short form, then yes. Okay. Did you get the indicators? Check your invite only scripts. But if not, I will get you direct message me on Discord and I will add you today. Thank you. Cool. Yep. All right, cool. Yeah, that's pretty easy. I can add you on the Discord recorded coaching videos, no problem. You got it. Okay, cool. The Russell 2000 has hit 3 out of 4 targets so far. It was trying to find support at target 3. It did not. The probabilities are increasing that target 4 is going to be hit on the Russell 2000. Down 2.5%, right? Down 2.5%. Do you think target 4 is going to get hit? Doge. Sure, we can cover that, Leo. Let me get through all this as quickly as possible. Photo of me. Oh, nice, Thomas. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, that was quick. Photo of me on, oh man, Wild Spitz. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Wild Spitz in Austria at 3,800 feet high. Was that 3,800 meters? Probably 3,800 meters, right? Remember, I'm in the US. So when I see 3,800, I automatically think feet. But meters seems more impressive because that would be about, I don't know, 9,000, almost 10,000, over 10,000 feet. So yeah, probably meters, right? Meters. Yep. You got to remember I'm in the US, so I automatically think feet first. Feet, then yards, then meters, right? There we go. So Russell 2000 breaking down. Dollar continues to be in an upswing. Let's check out the higher time frames. Ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Still bullish on the daily chart. I'm sorry, on the monthly chart, right? Of course, the daily chart too. We already covered that. 2 weeks. Still bullish on the 2-week chart, right? So there you go. Daily chart on the VIX. Usually not good for SP 500. This is the volatility of SP 500. When it's bullish, there's typically a correction. So you had this huge spike up. We covered it when it went buy signal back over here in July 2024. It spiked all the way up hard to $66. Came back down. That's what the VIX does. It spikes hard and then dumps hard, right? But looks like it was finding bottom. It was looking like a possible higher low compared to over here. Slightly higher low, slightly higher low. Spiked up to $28. Left a gap open from over here at $36. It is bullish on the daily chart. It is bullish on the daily chart. Filled this gap over here already back up into the gap. Bullish on the daily chart. Weekly chart. Oh, I got a lot of old fingers there. A lot of finger pointing on the weekly chart. Here's the 200-week moving average. Probabilities are increasing that the VIX could start spiking hard. Obviously, none of this 3,800. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, not 9 or 10,000, but 12,500. Thank you. Thanks for that. Makes it to me, that makes it pretty high, right? So wow. I don't think I've obviously in an airplane. Oh, okay. Well, I've been skydiving. I've been skydiving that high. So there's that. I think I just went up to you. I went skydiving at above 13,000 feet. I think it was like 13,500 feet. So I think I got you beat there. But no, that's impressive. That's pretty impressive. The cabin was at like 7,000 feet. So not even close. But of course, skiing, I've probably been 10,000 feet, or snowboarding, one of the two, maybe higher. But 12,500, that's pretty high. Pretty high. Okay, so pending MACD and pending back above the zero line, right? Pending back above the zero line on the weekly chart, pending a MACD bullish crossover. The last time I did that, it was July, and it spiked to $66. Before that, the last time I did that, it was back in 2022, spiked to $34, right? Last time before that, on the weekly chart, spiked to November 2021, spiked to 33 and $36, right? So doesn't happen often that the weekly chart MACD crosses over the zero line and a bullish crossover at the same time without it spiking back above $30. Like I said, obviously none of this is financial advice. Obviously for educational purposes only. Hopefully we find a little entertainment along the way. Let's keep going. The VIX is bullish. Did I say that already? Yeah, I did. What else? I put on Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. Oh, let's switch gears over to the Magnificent Seven. Not looking so magnificent today. Down 3%. Woo-wee. Who would have saw this one coming, right? Who would have saw a possible reversal happening in real time? Well, you got bearish divergence on the daily chart, right? So that's step one. You had an RSI sell signal. Let's kind of map this out. RSI sell, got a MACD bearish crossover about right there, right? So a lot of warning signs on Apple, to name a few. So here's what we got. You got bearish divergence. Let's change that to yellow so you can see it a little bit better. You've got bearish divergence. You have an RSI sell signal. Early warning signs. You have a reversal candle following bearish divergence, right? You have the orange candles, which are overbought conditions, right? So price is getting overbought, it's getting overextended. There was an RSI sell signal with a bearish candle. pumps back up, right? Traps some early shorts, and then there's a reverse candle. So the probabilities are stacking. The probabilities are increasing. And then you have a candle close below the trailing dots. Then you have another candle close. Then you have a sell signal, right? The probabilities increase. That price is going to have a bigger correction, right? Trading dots, all that stuff. So can't really blame a black swan event, right? Nobody saw this coming. But the charts give us plenty of warning signs. Overbought, bearish divergence, RSI sell signals, reversal candles, candle closes below, right? Candle closes below upward trend lines. That's probably an old trend line. But yeah, let me redraw it. So there you go, right? How many things do you have? How many indicators, drawings, etc. do you have to consult to lock in profit if you're in this long position? So, for example, if you got into this long position over here, right? At what point do you lock in profits? Are you locking in profits along the way when it's overbought? Maybe RSI sell signal, right? Maybe that's your strategy. Maybe you're waiting for bearish divergence. Maybe you're locking in some at the sell signal. Maybe you're locking in some at bearish divergence. Maybe you're locking some in at the reversal candle, right? Maybe you're locking some in at a candle close below the trailing dots. You can have your own strategy as long as you can execute your strategy, or maybe you're just going to wait for a sell signal, right? So you got a sell signal down here, all showing that you could have taken profit, right? Or you're waiting for a candle close below trending upward trend line, right? Whatever the case may be. When do you decide to do that? If you're very good at hitting the buy signal, are you good at also hitting the sell signal, right? So that's Apple. The reversal is on. No one's doubting that, right? So from 221, it looks like the eyeball test, at least 3 out of the 4 targets been hit. Possibly 4 targets have been hit to the downside already on Apple. So there's that. Amazon, pending sell signal on Amazon, right? Long upward trend. This is kind of more of a parabolic upward trend line, right? And then you could probably keep drawing those out, right? As price is going more parabolic. These are huge assets. So when these assets go up like this, that's considered parabolic, right? A parabolic trend line to me, when you got this long upward trend line already, and then you start building trend lines higher. That's what I call the parabolic trend line, right? I did a video on it on YouTube, a public one, 2021, October 2021, talking about how I was going to exit Bitcoin if price started breaking down from a parabolic trend line. And I was mapping out the trend lines to the upside, and then and that was my plan of attack to lock in profits at 61,000. In hindsight, I wish it would have been higher. Can always do better, right? But I laid out that video in advance in October. November, we had divergence, and then price was breaking down from my parabolic trend lines, and I ended up taking profits. Didn't even have these indicators. The indicators were built off of that strategy, off of the strategy, right? So Amazon, pending, breaking news, pending sell signal on Amazon. Microsoft, we drew out this idea way back here. We're just going to leave it there. I mean, it's not exact, but that was kind of my idea, right? That's kind of my idea. But yeah, not exact. Tesla, we did the eyeball test of a correction. Apple, Google, was the Apple. Woo. Woo. Let's zoom out here a little bit. Let's take a look at the zoom out. Let's take a look at the zoom out on Apple. Let's see. Yep. Okay. There you go. Weekly chart. Let's see. Weekly chart. Again, overbought, reversal candle. Overbought, reversal candle. Maybe long-term bearish divergence. There is. The indicator's not picking it up. It picked it up, excuse me, from here to here. But there's also bearish divergence here. So even on the weekly chart for Apple, it's giving us bearish divergence. So if you look at it from here, you've got the bearish divergence, right? You got the bearish divergence. You have a reverse candle on the weekly chart breaking down from a longer term upward trend line on Apple, right? So a bigger correction could be coming, right? On Apple, you got the 200-week moving average down here by this gap. You can see the gap better on the daily chart, but there is a gap left open. And let's see, eyeball test. If this is like close to like target 1 of the weekly chart, this is more like a longer term targets. Could take a while to play out, right? Because it's the weekly chart. But that's kind of how I'd see it. The daily chart, like on a shorter term basis, probably I already hit 3 out of 4 targets on a shorter term basis. But lose like target 4 over here, shorter term, and then you can see longer term targets get hit. So we'll see. We will see. But you have a MACD bearish crossover on Apple weekly chart as well. So here's what we have. Bearish divergence long term, reversal candle, pending MACD bearish crossover. You have a pending RSI sell signal, right? So there are a lot of signs of why Apple could go through a longer, bigger correction, right? David, IWM hasn't even taken out its high from November 2021 yet. Shows that smaller businesses are struggling to expand. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree that it underperformed the NASDAQ, SP 500, and Dow Jones. So I would agree. I would agree, sir. So yeah, Apple, the longer term chart doesn't look great on the weekly chart, right? Let's take a look at the 2-week chart. Probably it's still early, right? Still early. Bearish divergence on the 2-week chart as well. MACD it does not have a pending crossover, but the histogram has been going lower. So there's even divergence on the histogram with the MACD, bearish divergence on the RSI. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Seems like a bigger correction could happen. Apple has not retested the 200-week moving average, which is at 171 in a very, 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 very long time. 2018 at least, right? Has not. So similar setup back here where there was bearish divergence followed by reverse candle. Price got very close to the 200-week moving average, but never retested it. So maybe it'll get close. Maybe it'll retest it. Maybe it goes below it. We don't know. We don't have a magic crystal ball. Google weekly chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Let's see. Got a gap here at 178. What happened? What happened? Oh, duh. ay. Delete that one. Delete that one. I already have a gap here, so let's just move the gap line there, right? Probably bearish divergence here, followed by a reverse candle. Possible double top. Could get a candle close back below the trailing dots. had an RSI sell signal, had a MACD bearish crossover, right? So that's Google. What are we, 32 minutes in? What else? Dow Jones Transportation making moves. Dow Jones Index. This gap was filled over here. Boom, boom. Okay, that's about it over there. Let's see what else. Got some bounces going on crypto. What else jumps out at us? What we have SUI, okay. SUI, Doge, PGR. Yeah, Win Diesel, when you have a request, if everyone could put in the ticker symbol, let me know if it's crypto or stock or what type of asset it is, and all the details. Are you looking long? Are you looking short? Are you looking long term, short term? Put in all the details. So if I have to search for an asset, may or may not have. I can't remember all the thousands upon thousands of ticker symbols out there. Anyways, put in all the details if you want me to take a look at it. Por favor. So let's see what else. What else? MicroStrategy. Oh yeah, MicroStrategy. Oh, NVIDIA. Did we look at NVIDIA? I don't think we did. I thought we didn't look at it. I skipped it. Oh, okay. Okay, let's go back to it. So similar to the rising wedge on the NASDAQ and SP 500. Rising wedge, right? So I had this drawn out. Rising wedge, right? Had the rising wedge drawn out, and the target of the rising wedge back here on November 22nd, 2024. The head and shoulders pattern is more new. That developed over here in December. The head and shoulders pattern, the free head and shoulders pattern on TradingView, has a target below target 4, right? So you got the rising wedge at 113. You got my target 4, confluence of targets over here at 113. You've got the head and shoulders target at 110. Another pending sell signal over here. 2 targets out of 4 targets have been hit so far. Price came all the way back up for a double top and closed back below. So this is a wick. You got the high over here at 149, and so here we are coming back down, right? So pending sell signal. The probabilities are increasing that NVIDIA goes down and hits target 2 again. Probabilities are increasing that we'll probably hit target 3. Probabilities are increasing that we have a good chance of hitting target 4, right? We'll see if it does or not, right? That's pretty big. That would be pretty big. So all the way up here down to, say, middle of target 4, 26% correction on a $1 trillion asset, right? I think it was up to like 3 or 4 trillion, wasn't it? Yeah, over 3 trillion. It's currently down. What is it down right now? So 26%. That's pretty big. It's not like it's an altcoin, right? So $3.34 trillion asset, currently down 11%, was down 17%. So just think about that for a second. On a $3 trillion asset, just around, and then it drops, say, 25% of that, right? Ooh, do we have any math people out there? If not, you got a calculator out there. 3.34 trillion. What was the peak? Someone else probably knows it better. Maybe it was like 3.5 trillion. So 3.5 trillion, and then at 25% of that, just for rough numbers, Someone do 3.5 trillion. Yeah, I could just do it. No, I don't feel like doing it. We don't have time for that. Someone do 3.5 trillion with a minus 25%. Then, not to mention the gaps below, right? Not to mention the gaps below. The probabilities are the probabilities, right? So let's see. Let's look at the weekly chart. What a run it was. What a run it was. This, if the weekly, I don't think it's going to happen. But if it were to close today below like 134, that'd be a bearish engulfing candle. Still a bearish looking candle. And this would have been the highest weekly candle close at 147. So the fact that it wicked above and had a double wick top doesn't look great for NVIDIA. And you got the 200-week moving average all the way down around $50. What is it at? It's really far extended away. $48.22. So by the time if price were to come all the way back, maybe it's at $60 or $70, but it's really far extended away since it was down here at $14 or $15 over here, right? It's a long ways away. It's, what is that, like a 10x? Is that 10x? Yeah, 10x. It's a 10x away from the last time it retested the 200-week moving average. So what are the indicators telling us, right? MACD bearish crossover, MACD bearish crossover, trending downward still. So there's divergence in the MACD. There's divergence picked up on the RSI going all the way back to March 2024. Possible sneaky lower high over here on the weekly chart at 144. So there it is. There it is. There's the weekly chart on NVIDIA. And when would now be a good time to lock in profits if you're a long-term investor on NVIDIA? Maybe never. Maybe it's up only, right? But what if you bought anywhere here, right? You could lock in some massive profits, right? If you bought anywhere above here, you're already underwater, right? Your position's already underwater. If you bought high, right? You bought here into FOMO, you bought here on a topping pattern, right? You're already underwater and you're hoping that it turns around. But what if it doesn't? What if you put in $10,000 and it doesn't, and it comes down here and fills this gap? Your $10,000 is worth $5,000, and it may take a long time to recovery, right? So what if it does come all the way back down here and retest the 200-week moving average? Your $10,000 is now $4,600. What if it came all the way back down here and your $10,000 and it fills that gap is now $2,300, right? And then it takes years for it to potentially come back to these levels, right? That's why I'm a swing trader, because there's never a guarantee that it's up only forever. Could it go higher? Sure, it could. But you're hoping. And in the meantime, there's a lot of reasons why it could go lower. And if it continues to trend lower, then there's a lot of reasons why it continue to go lower and hit lower prices. So that's why I trade with the trend versus just hold forever, right? So there you go. But my strategy is different than yours, and that's okay. That's up to you, and you have to live with your decisions, right? Don't cry if your strategy is not working. You know, you're deciding to make your own path, right? And you have to live with that. So that's NVIDIA. What else was I was going to cover? Oh, MicroStrategy. Okay, now we'll switch back over. MicroStrategy. There we go. Right, reversal, bearish, engulfing candle. Right, pointing that out. Price did come back and hit 4 out of 4 targets, 4 out of 4 targets to the downside. MicroStrategy is down, was down 47%, and currently is down 39%. Remember, the stock market or stocks down 20%, or many investors consider that a bear market, right? So is it in a bear market? If so, it is possible, and this happens often, right? Especially with high volatile stocks or assets, that you see a 40% correction. The old Wall Street cheat sheet, right? The old Wall Street cheat sheet. Very often that there's a 40% correction on the Wall Street cheat sheet after price going parabolic. Then there's return back to normal, right? Return back to normal, and then continues down. So however long that lasts, sometimes it doesn't last very long. Sometimes it lasts not very long at all, right? But there is that return to normal after a 40% correction that was after price went parabolic. If you don't think price went parabolic, then we have different definitions. But price went up 300%. And everyone's calling Michael Saylor a hero, a genius, blah, 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 blah. I've seen people post news articles from 2000. I wasn't trading back in 2000. I was living the fraternity life back then. I was much younger, having a good time. But many people have showed that he's lost billions of dollars in the .com. So is this time different? Will he learn his lesson? Will he take profits? Or will he lose billions again? I don't know. I don't really care one way or the other. I'm just pointing it out. But price went parabolic 300% in a short period of time, right? To me, that is the definition. So here to here was in 49 days. Basically, we went 300% in 49 days. 300% in 49 days, right? It's overextended, overbought, massive bearish engulfing candle, massive reversal candle. Here we are. Price came back to 4 out of 4 targets, partially filled gap, retested the yellow line. And then, of course, if it is a bear market for MicroStrategy, which not confirmed, but many things are lining up for it to be. Like I said, it could have that return to normal phase, get a retracement, and then continue lower. Trap more bulls, right? Trap more bulls. But maybe it's more like SMCI, where it just continues down lower quicker, right? It just keeps dropping down faster. And then it dropped, I think it dropped at least 80% on SMCI. They had a very similar setup, right? And it's in the same genre of assets, I think. Same category. Pretty close. I'm sure it's different, but you could at least categorize it as tech, right? Let's see. Weekly chart. How are we looking on the weekly chart? Woo! Woo! RSI sell signal. MACD is getting close to a bearish crossover. You can see the histogram already decreasing. And so there you go, right? Long-term bearish divergence, right? Long-term bearish divergence followed by an RSI sell signal on the weekly chart. So there's that. So we'll see. We'll see. I think a lot of people would be surprised if we saw price below $200, right? in the near future. We're talking 2025. I think a lot of people would be surprised if we saw a MicroStrategy below $200 in 2025. Will it? Will it? Will it? Ollie, what's up, Ollie? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Brendan Sutherland, that NVIDIA candle from a couple of days ago looks like that MicroStrategy candle from a few. Yeah. Yep. Massive candle down, right? Happens quick, but it also happens in slow motion. For me, it's kind of like slow motion because it's like I'm talking about it weeks early, if not months early. Hey, it's starting to get overbought. Hey, there's starting to be bearish diversions. Hey, it's overbought. Hey, it's bearish diversions. Hey, there's a reverse candle. Hey, there's a sell signal. Hey, there's a double top. Hey, it's breaking down again. Hey, there's a pending sell signal, right? I mean, that happens over a couple of months. So, outside of a few assets here or there where, hey, it's overbought. Hey, there's a reverse candle. Still an uptrend though, right? Still an uptrend, no sell signals, nothing like that. And then it's overbought. Then you get this huge reverse candle. You get this huge engulfing candle. And then it's still battling, sell signal, right? So it takes time for it to play out, right? It takes time for it to play out. And this is one of those that didn't take as long, right? MicroStrategy. So there's that. Woo! What else? HODL. Oh, I guess we can take a look at Bitcoin and crypto. So there we go, right? A lot of bulls getting excited about the bullish move today. There was I almost posted it yesterday. There was bullish divergence on the 1 hour chart. That 1 hour chart could take you to I ran out of time, right? And then it was time for daddy daycare. I ran out of time, and then next thing I know is daddy daycare, and I'm like, I'm not gonna post. I'm gonna spend time with my baby. So I had a good time. I'm gonna post a video of her. She's 6 months old, and she's full on. She's crawling, right? She's moving forward. She's crawling. She's not an Olympic crawler yet. She's not a speed crawler yet, but she's definitely crawling, right? 6 months. So I'm gonna post a short video on that probably today. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. Bitcoin head and shoulders. Price is still below the trailing dots. So that's that. But yeah, finish my thought. The 1 hour chart had bullish divergence. So expect balances along the way. I think the bullish divergence and a retracement could take you to like that $96,000 to $97,000 before price goes lower, right? Possible. But that's based off the 1 hour chart, right? So overall, this one's still looking at showing bullish divergence. Is that let's see there. Maybe that's hidden. I thought I had hidden removed. But the indicator for some reason pulling up bullish divergence. Let me take a look at that. So that's at 41 and that 41. I don't know why the indicator is picking up that bullish divergence, but in my opinion, it's not. I don't think I have hidden divergence on there. No, I don't have hidden. You can put hidden bullish or hidden bearish. I don't, but I do have it on there. So I don't know why the indicator is picking it up. What else? Yeah, so the 1 hour chart. I can see it come back up to like that 97 on the 1 hour chart, and then maybe it starts to roll back over, maybe over the weekend, and comes back down like that. So possibly putting, even retesting that the trending dots based off the 1 hour chart. Here, I'll show you. Since we're talking about it, I might as well show you. But yeah, my thought is still based off of the daily chart, right? So, but it's possible you see like that 96, 97,000, right? Retracement back up, and then form a lower high and continue back down. So, yep. It was getting oversold on the 1 hour chart. There was bullish divergence, reverse the candle, right? And now, so this is a 1 hour chart. So could definitely see it bounce back up into this area and then continue lower after that. So, now we're doing 1 hour chart. I almost posted it yesterday, but I didn't. I end up not posting it, right? Obviously. So there's that. There is that, right? So that's what we're looking at right now in Bitcoin. What else? Ethereum. 3 out of 4 targets so far. Trending dots are starting to roll back over again. I'll go up 9%, back up into the trending dots again. We'll see. XLM, back up into the trending dots again. XRP, holding on for dear life over here is XRP. Holding on. Had a pending sell. Probably had a pending sell 3 days in a row. Still no pending sell. Still no sell signal. H bar had a sell signal. Has hit 3 out of 4 targets to the downside. Cardano had a sell signal. Came all the way back up to the trending dots. Came back up to trending dots. Below the trending dots. Filecoin below the trending dots. Chainlink. Oof. Right? Solana near below the trending dots. Speaking of dot, below the trending dots. Fetch. Theta. Right? Okay. Sui, right? Let's go in. Let's get into it. Sui. There we go. So Sui had that great breakout back here at 86 cents. And let's see. Has bearish divergence on the daily chart. MACD is showing divergences, right? Lower highs, prices making higher highs, right? So could continue that way. The daily chart is still bullish on Sui as of now. A lower high is the higher probability. So see if it puts in a lower high or if it puts in additional bearish divergence. That's one thing I look for. But weekly chart, what do we have on the weekly chart? Still an uptrend on the weekly chart. Still ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Again, had that breakout over here. So definitely looks different than the other crypto assets as of right now. There we go. So that's Sui. What else? What else do we have? Sui. Doge. Somebody want to take a look. Who is that? Doge was Leo. Okay, Leo. We got you. Take a look at Doge. I think Doge looks similar to the other. Yeah. Yeah, we covered it already on previous live stream. For, as you can see with all the drawings. So yeah, same as the other crypto assets currently below the trending dots, right? Last sell signal is over here. Is it finding support? I don't know. Is it? Is it? What else? PGR. Yep. Covered Doge and Algo Leo. Yep. PGR. Is that power gas? PGR. Progressive Corporation? Is that right? Is that right? Yeah, that's why I like to know. Is that right? Progressive Corporation. Let's take a look. Woo! Dropping. Wow. Yep. I don't think July 2023. What a run that was. What was it at? 111 and got close to the 200-week moving average. And looks like it's about to drop hard. Let's see the weekly chart. Yep. Weekly chart, probably bearish divergence. Maybe a sneaky lower high. Sell signal. Trading dots are trending back down. The trading dots haven't had red trading dots in the weekly chart since May 2023. And there was a little bit of a correction there, from wick to wick. It's hard to tell how big of a move. 25%, right? So it doesn't happen often. So there's that, right? So you got this another pending sell signal. This buy signal was well below the trending dots. Well below it. Yep. Just like I thought, without even looking. Just because I look at charts way too much. Obsessive amount. Bearish divergence over here. You could even go back to long-term bearish divergence over here. So it seems like we can see price back below $200. It may take some time to play out. So you have the bearish divergence. Like I said, this could be a sneaky lower high, and bearish divergence, sneaky lower high, down, right? Down. So pending sell signal on the weekly chart. I mean, on a small time frame, but the overall trend is starting to look different. So expect bounces along the way, just like in an uptrend, expect pullbacks along the way. Not trying to convince you. Eyes on gold, almost 2,700. Yeah, so that's PGR. I'm not even sure if that's the one you're wanting to look at, Wind Diesel. But there you go. There you go. Down 3% today. Woo-wee. Gold, huh? Yep. Still in that consolidation box. Still in it. Bullish, though, right? Bullish on the daily. Still, we talked about it on the last live stream, I think it was over here. So still in this, still sideways. I look at it as still sideways. Hasn't made a new high yet on futures since October 30th. So we'll be breaking out in the near future, possibly. Had a buy signal over here on the 7th. Weekly chart, still it's somewhere in between. You got red trending dots over here that have formed over the last couple of weeks. So it's possible it puts in a lower high. We don't know. Right? So we'll see. But yeah, sideways since September, basically. It's like a 7% range outside of this little spike and this little spike. About a 7% change. Woo! Okay. Woo! All right. Well, I think that's about it. TGIF. Wow, we went over an hour again on our Friday. Didn't plan to do that. With that, thank you for all of your support. Thank you for smashing the like button. Thank you for hitting the repost button. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for helping me help you, help me with the algorithms, and continue to sniper the markets together. Have a good weekend. Vikings play on Monday. I'm not sure if I'm doing a live stream or not. Don't know on Monday. If I don't, go Vikings. They're playing at a neutral site in Arizona. Sucks for LA. Not, it's a positive for the Vikings, I guess. I was heavily considering going to the Vikings Los Angeles game because it's only about an hour drive away. I don't think I'm going to the Vikings Arizona game. If we didn't have the baby, I probably would. We do have the nanny, but on Monday. But I was just there so much. I was there for Christmas. I was there for Thanksgiving. I was there for my dad's surgery that never happened. It was postponed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go. I don't think so. I've been to Arizona too much lately. So probably not. Woo! With that, have a good weekend, everyone. You got it, Thomas. Thank you. Nice. Bye. All right. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Thank you.